to take this moment to introduce you to the mom and the baby. You guys might have had a chance to see them swimming around. They're being joined by 2 other dolphins in this pool. Here's mom and baby. Mom's name is Sadie, and she's got her calf right next to her. Hi, Sadie. You're doing a good job. There's that little squirt. We also have Bullet right here in front of me, and we just today introduced another member of the team to our mom and baby pair, and her name is Zana, and she's kind of hanging around at the glass. It looks like all the dolphins are really calm and doing some resting, so I'll talk to you a little bit about that in just a moment. But I want to tell you about what it took for us to get ready for this moment and what Sadie had to do to prepare for this new arrival. Now, Dolphin's gestation period was 12 months. This moment has been 12 months in the making, and this little baby dolphin was born 1 week ago today, right about this time. About 15 minutes from now, we had our first look at our new baby dolphin. So we're very proud to introduce her to you, and you're among the first to actually publicly get to see her in this manner. So give yourselves a round of applause, and thanks for joining us and sticking with us. Now, as you can imagine, the prenatal care, just like we take care of ourselves, we also take care of her. A lot goes into the prenatal care. Now, how do we do that? Well, we do routine blood samples and urine samples. So just like when we go to the doctor and give our samples to the doctors, our doctors come and are able to take samples. We were able to confirm a pregnancy, and upon that, we actually were weighing her weekly. And the way we weigh a dolphin is we slide them up onto a scale. Now, as you can imagine, as her pregnancy progressed, we didn't want to ask her to come up onto her belly anymore. So then we started actually measuring her to make sure that her measurements were consistent with her growing and gaining the correct amount of weight and maintaining that throughout the rest of her pregnancy. We also had our veterinarians come down, and they were able to get sonograms from her. So just like we get ultrasound, we have doctors that sonogram her. We were able to see the heartbeat, the baby's jaw, the baby's tail flukes, see that we had some great images of that little baby dolphin in her in leading up to that. Then we actually also started taking her temperature. Now, interesting fact with dolphins, that their temperature drops right before they go into labor. So she had a steady temperature of about 98.4 degrees. And on Thursday, it dropped to 97.4 degrees. So we started our 24-hour watch. On Friday, it dropped to 96.4 degrees. So we were very excited to see that the labor was happening. I'm going to take a moment to tell you a little bit about what's happening now. You can see she's eating really well, and check out how independent our little 1-week-old baby dolphin is. This is a good look to see her. This is a good indicator of how strong she is. Isn't that amazing? Days old, and she's swimming around by herself nice and confidently and lets mom eat right here. It didn't start out this way though. We did lead up to this. When we were initially feeding her, we'd walk with her so she could swim with the baby, and we fed her. But now her comfort level has grown, the baby's comfort level has grown, and she lets her swim independently. So now she's like, okay baby, come back with me, and I'll come back to Brian. And that's normal, that's very, very normal. So what I want to go back to when we first saw this baby, last Saturday, about 1:30, we were able to see the beginnings of what looked like a little nubbin of a tail fluke poking out of Sadie. And we all started looking, we're like, oh, you might not know that dolphins are born tail first. And in fact, we saw the tail all the way out at about 1:56. So what that allows the babies to do is actually that tail is really soft inside mom. And being born tail first, it allows the tail to stiffen up and help that baby with swimming, because it's going to have a lot of swimming to do. So she swam around for about 1.5 hours. We saw contractions, we saw her pushing, we saw it progressing very nicely. And at 3:32, our baby was born. And she came right up for her first breath and swam right with mom. And then she went back down. So we have observers, you might notice people around the pool with clipboards, and we started watching. We want to record all the respirations, how many times they breathe within a 5-minute period. We do this for mom and baby. We also look for nursing. Nursing happened right away. Now if you guys are lucky enough to see it, I'll explain what it looks like so you'll know what happens. When mom and baby are pair swimming together, the baby will drop back just a little bit. Mom will turn on her side. There's actually mammaries located underneath or near her tail, and what the baby will do will come right up, approach mom, and they'll be attached. She'll insert her tongue into the mammary, and then she'll get her milk. That milk is 33% fat. Compared to the milk that we drink, whole milk, if you drink whole milk, you're drinking 4% fat. Her milk is 33% fat, and that is for a very good reason. That baby has to build up a blubber layer to keep her nice and warm in this environment. Now you guys might have noticed with the baby as she's swimming around, she looks like she has what looks like stripes on her. Raise your hand if you've seen the stripes on the baby. Those are called fetal folds. Now when she's all in her mom's womb, she's all squished up like a C or a U. She's all just in there. As she comes out and straightens out, she's left with those folds. Now as she plumps up, those folds will fade. Usually by 6 months we won't see them anymore. So she is actually gaining a great amount of weight. We're not able to weigh her, but we can physically see those folds changing, those lines changing, and her actually getting a little bit of a belly. Now when dolphins rest, this is something I really want to share with you because it's something very special that happens with the mom and baby. When dolphins rest, they don't go to sleep the way that we sleep. They don't go to bed for 8 hours and wake up like we do. They sleep in a pattern swim or just rest at the surface. Now, and they sleep with one eye opened and one eye closed. And then they switch it so they rest half their brain at a time. Now when you have a mom-baby pair, and they're resting, the open eye is on each other and the outside eye is closed. Then they'll switch sides and rest the other half of the brain so that always the eye on each other is open and the outside eye is closed. So it's just a special little fact that I have sharing with you with mom and baby. Now you guys might have noticed we don't have a name for the baby yet. I keep calling her the baby, the calf. So you guys want to help us name her, you guys can be part of that. You guys can actually go to SeaWorld Facebook and become a fan, and we're going to post some names and you can vote on the final name of the baby. We'd really appreciate your help in naming our new little friend here. You might be asking, what's next? What's next? So what we're doing right now is we're systematically introducing her to all of the rest of the dolphins that live here, and there's 9 other dolphins that she has to meet yet, that she has to be introduced to. And she needs to move between pools all nice and comfortably. We're monitoring this and doing it at Mama's comfort level. So she's just meeting Zana today for the first time, and as you can see, pretty uneventful. Zana's like, okay, but something cool that we get to watch is Zana's actually a relatively young female who's never had a calf and never seen one. When the baby was nursing, Zana was behind watching the whole time, and this is invaluable for her if she becomes a mother in the future. So we like to have that, and we're going to have all the rest of the dolphins come out and eventually meet her one at a time as well. Now, I do invite you back over the next several months and years. Although the baby's not going to be showcased performing her own little behaviors, she will be out here with mom, and she'll be able to be seen following around the dolphins. Dolphins learn observationally, so it's a lot of fun to watch her as she figures out how the dolphins jump and swim fast and follow them all around. So definitely come back and see her in the shows. We'll be resuming shows at the comfort level of mom and the baby as well here in the near future. Thank you so much for coming to our baby presentation, you guys. Have a great rest of your day at SeaWorld. Bye-bye.